Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So, hands up, who's had any spam calls this week? I suspect quite a few of you have got your hand up right now. Mr. Wallflowers and I have had at least 14 each this month. Sometimes we've been sat next to each other on the sofa. He'll have a call, spam call. As soon as that call's ended, I'll have a spam call. It's crazy. The persistence, and it's a different voice every time. If they don't succeed with one person, that same call gets carried on with a different accent and different person. I've had Indian guys, English guys, Scottish guys, so many different accents calling and ringing me. So the one at the moment seems to be, we're calling you from BT. We're calling you about the copper wiring on the line. And we all deal with spam calls in different ways. Just let that emergency vehicle pass in the background if you heard it. We all deal with these calls in different ways. Some people just hang up straight away. Some people, Mr. Wallflowers used to do this one. He'd sit on the call silently, wouldn't say a word. And then eventually the call would just come to an end, because without you saying hello or without you saying something to acknowledge the call, it ends. And they're the computerized ones. They're the ones that are just triggered by voice activation. They just end if you stay on silently. Sometimes we get annoyed. Sometimes we'll say leave us alone, or sometimes a little bit stronger, if you get me drift. Spam calls are irritable. They make us irritable. And a lot of the times it coincides with we've purchased something online, or we've purchased something here, and we've had to give the telephone number, the email address, etc. to make this purchase. And then we get bombarded for months afterwards because those details have been sold along for someone to make a quick buck along the way. And we know what happens, and as soon as we've purchased something now, we get ready for the onslaught of these spam calls to happen. So as I say, we've had approximately 14 each this month, a wide range of calls. Mine have mainly consisted of this BT thing. We don't even use BT. We're not even contracted into them. So we've turned it into a game now. How long can we keep them on the line for? The longer we keep them on the line, the less time they've got of actually getting through to someone that they can actually con. So it's the coffin game, or can you please explain? Can you please explain? I don't understand. So my one is now, what do you mean? I fully understand the concept, but I'm playing daft. What do you mean by the copper wiring on my BT connection? And they get irritated. What do you mean you don't understand the copper wiring on your line? This was an Indian guy getting really irritated because I was asking him questions. I kept him on the line. So my most successful one is a good 10 minutes so far. Mr. Wallflowers does it even better than me sometimes and keeps them on the line a lot longer. I'm just going to get my card. I'm just going to do this, you know. You can play games with them, absolutely. They're hanging on because they're that desperate. They think they're going to get a buck out of you somewhere, you know. They're going to con you for some money along the way. I'm really sorry about all these emergency vehicles in the background. I hope everyone's okay. There's a lot of noise going on today. But yeah, spam calls. They're not just spam calls. You get a lot of phishing calls as well along the way. The one we laugh and giggle about the most is Mr. Wallflowers got a call one day. Was he in the region? Was he in the position to buy property? He just gave me the nudge, you know, And he said on the phone, yeah, but my portfolio is a bit busy at the moment. I've got my accountant looking at it. Send me your details and we'll take a look at it. So the guy stayed on for ages and was describing different properties, etc. So we phoned back a week later. Are you still in the market for looking at our properties? And Mr. Wallflowers had them hanging on. Yeah, but as I say, I've bought a lot of properties recently and I've got a lot going on with my portfolio. Anyway, we had this guy, would you say 6 weeks? Had this guy on the hook for about 6 weeks, calling and calling, thinking he was selling his properties, etc. Now, some may think this is cruel, but when you've had so many spam calls, so many phishing calls, and at that point we didn't have a penny to our name, there's no way we should have been on any contact list for asking us to buy property, asking us to buy anything at the time, you know. And cold calling is a pain in the bottom, it really is. So don't come at me for this game because we love it. So as I say, he had him on the hook for a good 6 weeks. So we're definitely interested and this, that, and the other. But you'll have to be in the queue because we're busy at the moment. Anyway, eventually, plop through the letterbox comes this big, massive brochure, all glossy. Must have cost a fortune to print. And it was, you know, £1 million properties and in excess of. And we spent hours looking through it and having fantasy dream world about it and having a giggle, etc. And the phone calls carried on for another couple of weeks after that. And then gradually Mr. Wallflowers turned around and said, no, we're not interested. We've got too much on our hands at the moment, and just left it. But the ones that are more serious are these guys trying to get you to send them. They want you to go to the shop and buy cards and forward them onto them with 10 and buy them in multiples, £10 at a time, and send them. I can't think what cards they're called. What cards they're called? Like Amazon gift cards. Even our son had one not so long ago. Somebody text messaged him and pretended to be his new boss and said, I know you're only new to the company, etc., but can you do me a favour? It's really urgent. Can you get me 10 Amazon cards, forward them to me, and I'll sort it out during the week? And, you know, had someone been that gullible and not come across these messages before, eager in the new job to please the boss, they may have gone out and purchased them and sent them. Somebody a lot older thinking it's a family member, someone, a close friend or a neighbour, thinking that they're really stuck, have been caught with these ploys and these tricks in the past. You know, people have sent these cards in abundance to try and help people. It's just disgusting. It's disgusting. People will do anything to get money out of you. Now, if you feel you couldn't keep people on the phone, that's fine. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm saying, how do you deal with scam calls? Do you just literally hang up straight away? Do you give them the silent treatment? Do you actually play games with them? How do you deal with them? And how do you feel afterwards? You know, sometimes I've been really angry afterwards, and how dare they try and scam money out of me? Sometimes I've laughed it off and thought, how petty is that? You know, you're still doing that. People got away with that years ago, and I can't see how they're still getting away with it now. But the amount that they're doing, they must still be getting away with it. They wouldn't carry on doing, as say, 28 calls in 1 month to one couple. How many are taking place countrywide or worldwide? They must be getting some success out of it. They must be getting some money along the way.
The amount of blocked, and they still keep coming through.
Yeah. So you taught me, didn't you, Mr. Wallflower said, when you get a spam call, block each number individually, and they can't call you back on that number because it's blocked. But as I say, a new character will call under the same pretense on a different number with a different accent from somewhere else in the world, and it's just crazy. But if you do manage to block them, that same number can't ring you back, so that same person can't con you, but they will pass it on to someone else. It's absolutely bizarre. And once you've played the game with them, they won't call back. Once you've kept them on and wasted the time, they won't call back. I don't know how we deal with it. I don't know how we stop it, because if they are getting away with it, it's the pensioners I feel sorry for. It's people who are on the brink of forgetfulness, etc. They're not quite too far gone with the forgetfulness, but they do want to help a family member, and they'll go out and spend that money and send it because they're thinking they're being useful to society, helping the family, helping the friends, and works out. They're getting ripped off for hundreds or maybe thousands of pounds. People will always be con merchants, some people. I don't know. I haven't got the answers. I really don't know. But how does it make you feel, and how are you dealing with it? That's the topic today. I say, how long before we get bored of playing this game with them? It can only go so far, and then you get bored of doing it. It's the same thing, same action over and over again. I don't know. It's just been playing on my mind because I had one this morning. Um, Today, I didn't have the patience to play the game. I didn't have the patience to do anything. I just said, I don't bloody have BT. I know better than to actually get angry or swear at someone or do something like that on the phone. I wouldn't have it used against me. I know better than put that in writing or anything else, and a lot of you know exactly the same. But sometimes you'd be caught off guard. And I might said, I don't bloody have it, but I'm not getting arrested for that, am I? If you use the F words or anything more severe, you will get arrested for that. Even if someone's trying to con you. Crazy that, isn't it? It's like if you shoot someone trying to break into your house, you'll get arrested. You've got to be careful how you treat the con merchants. It's so bizarre. This world is upside down and back to front. Okay, I just wanted to talk about that, and I just wanted to see how everyone else feels about it. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're enjoying this absolute glorious weather. It's absolutely amazing. I'm really, really loving it. Take care. Thanks for coming today. Please remember you're loved, and the world is a better place with you in it. Bye, love.